I'm Rick Cicero. I'm a former Army paratrooper, and after a whole different part of my life, I returned back to military service as a government contractor. Several friends of mine were active duty and working as contractors in the global war on terror, and I've returned back to that environment. It was very rewarding, and after 3 years of doing so, on August the 4th, 2010, I was walking a foot patrol in Afghanistan and working an IED detection dog that unfortunately took me directly to one. And when the dog alerted to tell me that it had located one, unfortunately the alert showed to me that it was between the dog and myself. And as I turned before I could even signal anything to anybody, I set it off, and it blew me up and resulted in the loss of my right arm, my right leg, and severe damage to my left leg. However, with the wonderful people in modern medicine that's available to us today, they saved my life and have put me back together like Humpty Dumpty, and they were making wonderful parts for me every day. So part of my goal in the last 3.5 years is to do everything physically possible to return back to my life. I was actively training dogs for police and military use. I've been a combat pistol, rifle, and shotgun instructor for 18 years now, and these are some of the things that I still do. And it's become even more near and dear to my heart because I see so many of my brothers and sisters in arms that come home and they founder, whether it be because of physical or emotional injuries, or just coming home to circumstances that are different than what they left or they perceived them to be when they left. So the more I can do to get them back up, back to working, work with the folks that have been very successful in life, that are out there doing every day to set the example and maintain that community together. You know, coming out this week and getting an opportunity to shoot, whether it be a belt-fed weapon or just some nice sub-guns or whatever the case may be, or getting back in a uniform, even just to go hunt for hogs that I haven't been in years. It changes that circumstance to meet people as I walk up wearing a pair of pants instead of a pair of shorts, and to say to me when I lift my pants leg up, "Oh my God, I had no idea that you were missing your leg, never mind so high." So it makes a big difference for someone like myself, and it also helps to set an example for those at home who are sitting there wondering, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? So now part of my life has been dedicated to working with the various organizations and the governmental agencies, whether it be the VA, the Army directly, the Marine Corps, the Wounded Warrior Project, Hope for Warriors, Team Red, White, and Blue. There are a multitude of organizations out there to help the returning service members, but a great number of the service members that come home have no idea what's out there or available to them, even through the VA. So I spend a lot of my time doing volunteer work through all of these organizations to work them together, whether it be organizing tandem parachute jumps or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or we have water skiing coming up in the fall, just to get the guys networking together, communicating, out riding 40 miles with a bunch of fellow soldiers over last weekend on bicycles. You know, when you see somebody like me pedaling down the road and one leg is shiny and chrome and the other one's not, people take a second look. And when they take that second look, it gets their attention. You know, we live in a wonderful society, but a lot of folks don't realize how we get this way. And if it's the blood, sweat, and tears of the service members, the contractors, and the family members back home that make it happen. When we look at today, we have a completely different group of veterans. No, this is not the first war, and it's not the last. We've been fighting since Cain and Abel. However, what we do have is we have a lot of guys like myself who 10 years ago would have died on the battlefield. If it wasn't for a wonderful new tourniquet called the Ranger Ratchet and the different pressure dressings we have, and combat training called TCCC that trains your average soldier to act and deal with injuries similar to mine to keep the soldier alive, that we now have a large number of guys coming home missing parts like myself. And one of the things that I do is field test a lot of these things. You're looking at some of the greatest technology in the world, whether it be the Genium knee that I walk on that has a microprocessor, computer-controlled hydraulics, and a gyroscope in it. The Biom foot that has 4 motors, a battery, a microprocessor, and another gyroscope in it, which drive the entire prosthetic working together as a team. And no, I don't endorse any products. I'm just telling you exactly what's here so you can look it up and understand the equipment that's involved. And, you know, upper extremity devices, there are hands out there that are phenomenal. Unfortunately, they're still experimental, and I'm the guy that breaks things. I don't break them because I abuse them. I break them because I use them. My goal is to get back to doing as much as I used to do before I was injured, whether it be getting in a bite suit and letting a dog bite me, or getting out training dogs, or going out on the range shooting, doing things to motivate soldiers, going to Fort Bragg and getting on the combatives mat with members of the 82nd Airborne Division or the Army Special Forces, or going to Fort Stewart and training soldiers there who are maybe missing a leg or an arm or have mobility issues because they were able to save an arm, but it just doesn't work quite right anymore. This is what we as Americans and in our population, we have to understand, because it's new to us. When I grew up, I never saw anyone that I can actually think of that had prosthetics that were visible and was using them. Now they're everywhere. I have people stop me in the store. I go to Disney World. And regardless of where I'm going, I have people that will walk up to me and say, "Man, what is that you're using? That looks fantastic." Or the simple thing of, you see what looks like a camouflage cover because it's protecting a very expensive piece of equipment that otherwise would be abused because of the level of activity that I do. And understanding that that's there, and it creates an asset for the children of today, so that when we joke in our circles about becoming the $6 million man, build him faster, stronger, da-na-na-na, whatever the stupid little song goes, it means something, because that's our future. For me personally, my day starts every day with a workout, whether it be a series of push-ups and ab exercises, or going to the gym and working different machines, different free weights, different dumbbells. When I'm here and shooting with you folks, and until I start revealing my equipment for people to look at me and go, "I had no idea that this is what this man had," that means I'm doing my job and I'm accomplishing it, because I can put that on to the next generation of soldier that's coming out who may be in my shoes and say, "Look, man, life's not over. It's just started. Come and live with us. Come and be part of it." Because the 4 walls that are surrounding you are not going to be what is going to become your prison. They're just a place where you hang your hat. Get out and live with us. Get back in the workforce. Get back to the team mentality and that camaraderie that brought you so far for so long, and know that it's still there. It's just in a different place.